Hello and welcome. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. You are listening to And Another Thing. We are Joella and Helen, and this is episode 11.
11.
We say that every single time I say the episode number and you repeat me.
Repeat it. I can't quite believe that we get there, though. Do you remember when we was like, episode 4, wow.
Maybe one day we'll get to episode 300 and be like, wow, look at us go. We're just rinse and repeat doing the same thing every day.
Then nobody listening because they're like, oh my God, this is so boring.
Maybe we've got more than the current listeners that we do have. So you never know.
Yeah, I'm quite excited to see those numbers. I think we've got some new listeners. So thank you. Thank you, everybody. I mean, anybody who's listening. I feel nice about it. It's just a bit humbling, isn't it, that people are going to listen to us chat. There's 600 people that have listened to us.
Which is, I mean, we are a bunch of nobodies. I do think about that. I'm like, you have all these famous people that start their own podcasts and then they head off the roof straight away. But it's because they got a name and they've got people behind them that can throw money at them or say, yeah, you can do a podcast and I'll do all the work for you. So then they just show up.
Yeah.
But we don't have a name. We're just Joella and Helen.
We're just Joella and Helen. We're just doing our thing.
Bunch of nobodies trying to be a somebody.
You never know.
You never know.
Yeah. Anyway, where are you at the moment?
So I'm still in New Zealand.
Yes, you are.
So we talked about this in episode 9. If you've skipped that one, go back and listen. But I am in New Zealand at the moment. I'm away for a couple of weeks visiting my family and sorting my stuff out. And we are pre-recording these episodes so that you guys have something to listen to while I'm away and I have some time to switch my brain off, which would be delightful.
Yeah, you don't have to edit when you're away.
Don't have to edit while I'm away.
Perfect.
Potentially. Hopefully. That's
Maybe.
the aim.
We'll see.
We'll see how we go. We're still learning.
Yeah.
So on that note,
yeah,
for anybody who's listening that lives in Canada, you guys have just had Canada Day.
Whoop, whoop.
I was going to start singing
I would have had the day off.
Happy Canada Day. And then,
yeah, et cetera, et cetera. Do you know what? We talked about this yesterday at home about in schools here. So when my two started school here, they sing the national anthem at the beginning of the day. It doesn't happen in England. You just start your day.
Every single day they start their day off with the national anthem.
All of a sudden they'd have to stand up and be like, what's going on? They didn't even know the Canadian national anthem at that point, so they learnt it by doing that every morning.
Huh.
But Amy came home one day, she was only little.
Yeah.
She only did a couple of days a week at school, so in kindergarten, and she'd come home and she goes, yeah, we have to start the day with this silly song. She didn't know that it, and then Scott said, that's the national anthem. That's when I knew that they sat to sing it. I like it every morning. Yeah.
Is that still a thing, do you know?
As far as I know.
Right.
All the schools that they went to, that's the thing.
Yeah, you don't sing the national anthem in New Zealand.
No.
On a school.
Either.
Yeah. I was going to say, on a school day.
So, yeah, I learned that I didn't learn that last night. I've learned that since being here, that's what happens in schools. Mm-hmm. I knew about Canada Day before moving here because of Scott.
Right, because he's from Canada.
So he would always wear his Canada T-shirt on that day or, but you didn't, did you?
No, I didn't know that Canada had its own Canadian Day. Mm-hmm. And I was a little bit bamboozled by the fact that it was like 3 days before Independence Day in America. Mm-hmm. So it's like, is that? I don't know if it's intentional. I don't imagine
no,
it would be.
No, because it's just the date means something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was definitely a surprise. And then I think the first year I was here, there's a little, it's not a village, it's barely a township, but it's a bunch of houses on a road and they do a Canada Day parade every single year.
Port Dover?
No.
Okay, because they do one every year too.
Right.
I think there's a few of them.
Yeah. Well, around the area that I live, not a lot of places do this. But that particular little township, it's like in between where I live and where my sister lives now.
Right.
And so that first year that I was here, they took me to the Canada Day parade. And it was very neat. I was like, wow, I didn't know that Canadians were that patriotic. And I don't mean that in an offensive way. It's just like a genuinely naive, not knowing about the culture.
Because think about how many flags you see when you're driving.
A lot of flags.
Yeah. Nobody hangs their flags out at home.
Although I do say that I was naive to the culture. I was completely naive to most of the Canadian culture before I came here. I was not planning on coming to Canada. I was not planning on living here. I just hopped on a plane and I arrived here with very little.
Do you have Santa parades and stuff in New Zealand?
Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else, but it's been such a long time.
Everywhere here, every town has a father. Well, I would say Father Christmas because he's not Santa, but has a Santa parade. It's like there's so many of them. It's like a thing.
It is quite a thing. So Canada Day. Hope you had a great day, whatever you did. You had the day off.
I would have had the day off.
Yeah.
You would have maybe eaten poutine. I'm just trying to think
of
Canadian food. Yeah.
So the first year, I'll tell you this one little bit of a story of my memory of Canada Day. So the first year that I was here, basically I don't know if it's in all of Canada, but in the southern part of Ontario, there's a lot of rib fests that happen in this season. And a lot of rib fests that happen around the Canadian, like Canada Day weekend or week or whatever. And where we work, there's a rib fest that happens during that weekend. And so the first year that I was working there, I was literally like a month. Yeah, I was about a month into having just arrived in the country. And this girl that I worked with, her name is Emily. I'm going to name drop her.
We're getting a bit of beef for not
name dropping people. Yeah,
you didn't say it was me. So we were trying to be really respectful, but not. But hey ho.
Although Em's not really said anything to me, but I'm going to name drop her anyway. Yeah. But her and I worked together, and we didn't really know each other at the time. And you and I hadn't really talked much.
Well, I hadn't spoken to you yet.
No. I started working at the cafe that I work at, and Helen didn't speak to me for ages. Not for anything, but you just don't usually talk to the newbies. You let them...
I let you settle in.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So that's another story. So Emily and I, we kind of started to get to know each other, and then this one weekend day, it was so hot. That's all I remember. It was just so freaking hot. And I was leaving for my shift, and she happened to come in to get a drink, and she says, I'm about to go off to the Rib Fest. And I was like, I was going to go too. She's like, do you want to come with me? I always remember that because that was the day that we kind of sparked the friendship that 6 years later we still have.
Yeah.
And so every year around the Canada Day weekend, I always try and go to a Rib Fest. And it's now my personal tradition. And I tried a beaver tail and a bloomin' onion while I was there.
Oh, I do know what you mean.
I was going to say, do you know what a bloomin' onion is?
Yeah.
You looked at me with confused eyes.
Well, because I don't know if that's like a Canadian thing.
I've never heard of it outside of...
okay. Anyway.
Here, so...
Yeah.
Have you heard of it before?
Yeah, no, not before coming here.
Okay.
I hadn't seen one before. They look great. Was
They're
it good?
Amazing.
Okay.
So good. You've never tasted one?
No.
It's definitely a shared thing.
I don't go out on Canada Day.
You stay home?
Oh, yeah. There's too many people out there.
It's like that meme of, what? People.
Yeah, people. They're everywhere. I'm not doing that. You're much braver than me for that. I'm not battling.
Well, also, it was my first year here.
Yeah, but now you do it every year.
Go and do the thing. And now I do it every year just because even if it's by myself, I'll go to a rib fest and just sit and eat meat and...
Poutine, beaver tails.
Yeah.
Wings. Yeah, wings.
Wings are very much a Canadian thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And bloomin' onions. Oh, all the good,
bad stuff.
Bad stuff.
All the good, bad stuff. For sure. There's a lot of festivals here.
There are a lot of festivals.
Fest, corn fest, there's a festival for everything.
There really is, but it definitely starts in the middle of summer or the beginning of July, and then it kind of goes until September?
I think September,
October, and then you start getting fall in there, and
then there'll be
pumpkin season.
Pumpkin festival. I don't know, but there's festivals everywhere.
It's very cool. I enjoyed that when I first came here, and I still do, especially when you've got kids in your life and they want to go, so you take them with you and makes it a little bit more fun. But yeah, festivals everywhere.
But that goes back to us saying that people make the most of their summer.
That's true. Yeah, because
you'll find something to do somewhere if you're willing to travel every weekend.
Or if you don't want to travel and you want to stay local, there's always something on.
Yeah, even the markets, it's pretty cool actually, that.
It is pretty cool.
So we do hope you all had a lovely Canada Day.
Whatever you did, whether you stayed home or whether you found yourself a rib fest or if you went to a parade of some sort. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope you had a great time. It might have been sunny. It might have been rainy. You never know these days.
We'll let you know in the middle of July when you're back. Do you want to know what happened this week?
Yes.
I have lost the ability to mind read, it seems.
Oh, okay.
I think you might have done yesterday as well.
Lost the ability to mind read?
Yeah, the customers.
Oh, what happened? Remind me.
I've
lost the ability to mind read.
Can I please have an iced caramel macchiato?
This woman.
So we don't actually make that drink where we work, but we will. What she wanted.
So, a typical macchiato, this is when some of those chainier stores have kind of done a disservice to independently owned stores in the sense of a traditional macchiato is a shot of espresso with foamed milk on top.
Because it means marked.
Is that what it means?
Yeah. So Starbucks, we've already mentioned them before, but they have changed the order in which they do that. So in Starbucks, you put the milk in first and then you mark it with the espresso. So they're still marking the shot macchiato, but they're doing it the other way round.
Wow.
That's how we used to make them in England. I'm pretty sure it's the same here.
Probably the same here.
So we do the espresso and then we mark the top with the foam.
Right.
So that's the traditional way, and it's a short shot of, well,
espresso.
It's espresso.
It's a
yeah.
shot of espresso. Yeah, no milk.
So the one that is from Starbucks and probably other locations similar is more like a vanilla latte
with
espresso
caramel
on the
added
top
to it.
with caramel drizzled on the top.
Yeah. So every time people come into our store asking for a caramel macchiato, we kind of let them, are you asking for a Starbucks version? Yeah. Mate, that's not a real version. So then you got to clarify. Mm-hmm. And so with this woman, I clarified. I said, the traditional macchiato is this. I don't want that. Like, you want the Starbucks version? Yep.
And she said, less ice.
Yeah, she did.
So we make it. I go trotting over and I put it down. She goes, oh, I don't want iced. I wanted hot.
And you came back and I was fiery. It's like, she told me it was iced.
But you weren't the only person that heard ice, because the person that was making the drink started making it before you'd finished the transaction.
Right.
Because they'd heard iced
as well.
It's like, don't say iced in front of your drink if you want it hot. Like, hello, that's just common sense.
No, I'm thinking maybe we haven't lost the ability to mind read. People probably just have lost the ability to speak correctly.
Or you say the right,
or even
right
read
thing.
their own freaking mind to say, I want hot, but instead my mouth's going to say cold.
I'm going to say iced, but I'm really looking forward to my hot drink. And then I took a drink over to somebody this week and I plopped it down and whatever, I can't remember what it was, latte of some sort. Is that made with oat milk? I was like, no, it's not. Whoa, well, I need to have oat milk. And I'm thinking, you didn't say
so.
I can't be like everybody person that comes up and says, so what's your milk? We have this, like to everybody.
Yeah.
If you want a special milk, you need to
say
tell
so.
me. I have no idea that this other milk's going to give you the shits. It's so frustrating.
It is frustrating.
Or they'll order something and a Caesar salad and you'll take it over and they go, oh, I can't have bacon. Well,
that's
God damn it. I'm getting so annoyed, madam. Just say or read the menu. Like, you know it comes with that.
Or you guess, I'm going to share my story with this. You get the guys that I took this sandwich out a while back and I said, such and such with, I'll just say white bread. Oh, is that what I got? I was like, that's the choices of, like, you've got choices of bread, sir. This is what the sandwich is. That's what was written on the order. I don't know. I'm just serving it to you.
Well, because they don't remember.
No.
Or you stand there and they'll just be like, is that mine? Is that yours? No, that's yours. Hurry up.
When you've got
My arms are
armfuls
going
of
to fall
plates.
off. Anyway, so that's what
Terrible.
happened this week. Make sure you ask for the right thing.
Make sure your brain is connected to your mouth when you speak to your customer service person.
Yeah, otherwise you're going to get the wrong thing. The cyclists are the worst at that. Ooh, that reminds me.
Yeah.
We had this week what were they called? Retiree cyclists.
Oh.
We've never had them before. In the week.
Wait. We had the retiree women cyclists.
Okay, yeah. Because
basically all the cyclists that come in
are weekenders.
are mostly dudes that come in on a weekend.
Yeah, with a splattering of females in
with
there.
a splattering of females, yeah. And they are on the older range of men.
Some of them. Yeah.
Yeah. But in terms of the majority. So this particular group that you're thinking of, they sat at the very end of the cafe.
There were lots of older ladies.
Oh my goodness. They were
And there was one lady, we named her Helga.
Yes.
at the end.
Do you want to say why?
She peeked. Well, first of all, she didn't say anything. You saw her. Her head was around the corner by the sink. And she was just holding her water bottle, not saying anything.
Not saying anything.
And you're like, do you need something? And she went, ice. I just should have gone, ice,
baby.
That's all I always want to do when that happens.
But what you said was even better.
I said, please. Couldn't help myself. She didn't have any manners. She just said ice.
But she just stared at us.
Yeah. So
not saying anything, not saying, excuse me, hello.
Do you know how difficult it is to get our ice off of the ice scoop? I was going to say shovel, but ice scoop.
Yeah.
Into their drinking water bottles, which has a very
small head.
Neck on it.
Oh, neck. Stop it.
It's not easy
to
do that. So I'm trying to scoop the ice in, and then it goes in. I'm like, okay, great. And she goes, more. And I get another scoop and I put it in, and I just want to say, you do it. And the ice is like falling on the floor, and she's like, it's okay. And she like cups the top of the bottle, and we try to put it in. No, thank you. No, nothing. Bloody Helga.
Come on, man.
Anyway, yeah, that happened this week.
Oh, dear. All right. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Alrighty, I had a quick and we're back. All right, so we just mentioned that it was Canada Day, which basically means it's the beginning of summer and the heat season and the going outside season. So one of the things that we thought we'd kind of approach for this week's episode is patio season.
Patio season.
Also, is it called a patio in the UK? Do you call it a patio? You sitting out in the patio?
I think so. I honestly can't remember. I'm sure it's patio.
I can't remember either. Well, I'm here right now, but right now I'm actually, while everyone's listening to this, in New Zealand. So I'm going to try and remember to ask this question.
Maybe you're sitting on a patio.
When I go out home. It's going to be the middle of winter.
Oh, I keep forgetting. You know what, Jo? I keep forgetting that.
It's not patio season.
No, they've been wrapping up that patio.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, so you've got some tidbits of patio season. So
well, you haven't had much experience in working a patio, have you?
No.
Not really.
No. The restaurant that my mum owned did not have a patio. Like, we had two seats out on the footpath.
Right. Which is similar to mine. The only patio that I've ever really worked on was one in Manchester, and it was a fairly large outdoor area where people would take their drinks. And the only thing I could remember from that is that if you didn't go out there quick enough and clear their plates, they were just so crusty and the food was just so dried on, and it was just a nightmare. It's horrible. And it just gets messy.
Yeah.
And also in that part of Manchester, we had to bring all of the patio stuff in every night because you'd get them in the morning and it'd probably be pinched.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So we have to carry all the chairs. Oh, it's awful.
The one of the cafes that I did have a patio with, we had to do that at the end of the night too.
Yeah.
And we opened until 10 o'clock at night. So at 10:15, 10:30, when you're still trying to pack up the cafe, you have to pull everything in at night. When it's cold.
It's
goodness gracious, that's chilly.
We don't have a patio where we currently work. Mm-hmm. We now have lovely chairs to sit on outside, but we did for a while there have some patio chairs out there, which we also had to bring in. And sometimes you'd shut the door and you'd drive past and you'd be like, oh
shit.
I had to come back again and put the nuts. You know the times that people have done that because when you open in the morning, they're just thrown in the door. Yeah. So, but there was only like 3 seats.
Yeah.
And people would sit and eat out there. It's not the greatest. You're right on the road.
And also we had to deliver plates out there as well, which was awful. Like now, whenever somebody wants to sit outside.
Yeah, no, they're not taking plates. They're taking it to
it's
go.
all just to go stuff.
And you'd be able to get out fine with your plates, but you have to come up the stairs and back in. If there was nobody coming out, you kick in the door to be like, hello, I need to come in.
And then the wasps got so bad.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Terrible.
And one time I walked around the corner with my 2 plates of sandwiches and it was so windy that the tops of the sandwiches blew up down the road. And I was like, oh, I got to go back. You only have half a sandwich. You have a lovely open-faced sandwich. Your bread's down the street. And I got bitten by a dog once.
Oh, yeah. Great introduction to patio season.
So I asked Megan Megan is Scott's cousin and a good friend of mine, so family member, who has worked in restaurants for years. And I asked her some of the things that happen on the patio and patio season.
Okay.
And hers were, first of all, the patio is much longer walk from the kitchen. Clearly doesn't like to walk extra, which I guess is a bit of a pain in the ass if you're carrying the big trays if you're in a restaurant.
Oh.
Secondly, guests complain about everything out there, everything that you can't control. Like
wind, rain.
Well, rain,
the sun,
after it rains,
yeah.
If it starts raining, they want to come back in the restaurant, and then isn't there a table free in the restaurant? Well,
because the restaurant
we haven't held a table for you in case it rains.
Yeah.
So that would be really annoying.
That would be really annoying.
And it's too windy, and then there's bugs. Hello.
Why are you sitting outside?
You're outside.
Yeah.
And bugs in my beer, like you want a replacement beer. Just scoop it out.
Carry
with
on
your
with
utensils,
yeah,
or just drink it and have extra protein. I don't know.
Just gonna say, just drink that one down.
And they also have problems with, because I'm guessing that you have to be seated via the normal way. So you'd go in the front doors. Mm-hmm. Are you dining in or are you going outside?
Yeah, that makes sense. Any place that I've been to as well. Where would you like to sit? Outside. Great.
But you don't have to exit the same way. Mm-hmm. So you can exit the patio a different way. So some people would like to come in that way.
Right.
And they haven't been seated. And then they're sitting in a spot where they can't be seen from inside.
So they've table snatched.
Yeah.
And then they're sitting there and now they're going to complain about the fact that they've not been served for the last half an hour because they've just table snatched.
Scooby-Doo that they're actually sitting there.
Oh, that's like table snatching at next level.
Yeah, I would, honestly, I think I'd kill somebody if we had patio then. That could drive me mad.
Although, I wonder, maybe this is a question for Megan. Megan?
Megan, yeah.
Okay.
Not you, not Megan.
I know. Yeah.
You're a Megan.
As a side point, we don't say Megan in New Zealand. Everyone is Megan. Anyway, sorry about that.
No. We want to not make this too long, but remember we talked about Bianca?
Yeah.
So if a name gets introduced to me here, like Sandra.
Right.
I would call that person Sandra.
Sandra. Uh-huh.
Because I think if I say Sandra, unless I've read it, but if I've been told it, then I feel like I'm taking the mickey because that's not their name.
Right. They'll introduce you the way that their name
Yeah, even though it's really weird for me to say Sandra, or Patty. What's your name, Patty? I would have to call that person Patty, not Patty.
Oh, right. Because you're pronouncing your T's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine's Alana because I say Alana.
You say Alana.
Yeah. So there's a lot of Alanas in this country.
And there's a lot of Taras, but they don't. It's Tara.
Yeah. Tara. I say Tara too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tara. Anyway.
So Megan, I just had to clarify that one to make sure I was saying it right.
Yeah.
You'll have to ask a question that I've now forgotten because I got stuck on the name.
Good chat. There you go, Megan. Now you can reply.
There's a question.
You might remember it in a minute.
Oh, no, wait. Yes, I do remember. Thank you, brain, for working quickly. When you're working in a patio, in my experiences of being a customer in a patio, you usually have either a smaller bar out in the patio area or you have people that have been assigned to that station. So I wonder, do they still struggle with table snatches to the nth degree of that situation because people are kind of there, or do they not have people that are regularly on the patio?
Well, no, I think that they would. There's not a bar out there on most of the patios here, so they would have servers. It will be probably set up the same. I mean, if I'm wrong, then Megan is going to correct me for sure.
Okay,
but I imagine it will be like your patio, and you have this section of the patio and you'll have this section. But if it's a lunchtime and it's not very busy and they haven't got as many staff on, I think
you're
that's
kind of
when
doing
those people are coming in. Yeah.
Right.
And then you go outside and you'll be like, there's nobody in this section. We've only got this section open and you're sat there and I haven't seen you.
Right, because you're a little bit less
I'm imagining.
staffed. Yeah.
And the main thing that Megan spoke about, and I know that she's getting frustrated because as soon as I asked the question, I got
you got
all these things that came at me, was the umbrellas.
Okay. What
and
about the
how
umbrellas?
people don't realise that the sun in the sky moves around.
It does?
So, wow, I know. So the umbrella is you're not always going to be in the shade.
Yeah, right.
So they want the umbrellas moved or another umbrella, like around their table so they're always in the shade. No, the umbrellas are in the table anyway.
Yeah.
They're not just these free willy-nilly umbrellas that you can move about. You know what
Like
I mean?
old Sam who's standing there with his umbrella.
Yeah.
He's just, what do you do for work, Sam? I'm umbrella man.
Yeah, I'm umbrella man.
Yeah.
I have to go to the tables that need shade. So that's,
Oh, boy.
yeah, that's annoying for her. And then we've already said when it rains, they want to go inside and there's no tables. Surprise, surprise. Other
Yeah.
people have chosen to sit inside. The things that the staff hate about it is the wind. It doesn't even have to be a windy day, I guess, just a gust. And then there's going to be napkins.
Yeah.
You'd be forever picking up stuff, which you do anyway in the restaurant.
But
if people's
an
napkins,
extra
they're not
load.
going to get up and pick them up. They're just going to get more napkins or...
Yeah. And that's like 3 cents right there per napkin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's not cheap.
Yeah.
Hold on to your napkins. You know how much that costs? I've just picked up $10 worth of napkins. You have no idea. We think about that now, don't we? All the time.
Absolutely. Yeah. When you've costed things out, which is what my job has been for the last 6 months, you know how much everything costs. And it's like every now and then when a napkin falls on the floor and we chuck it out, I'm like, 3 cents right there.
Yeah.
Price has gone up. Oh, 5 cents right there.
Do you know what happened the other day? A lady at the end, our cold drinks, sometimes the lids are difficult to snap on. I often double cup to snap the lid on because that sometimes the drink will buckle under you. So I gave this lady her drink and she went to like the milk area and decided she wanted to add more milk, which was fine. But she couldn't get her lid on and it buckled and it just went everywhere. So I went, ice was all over the floor. I'm like, it's not a problem. It never is. It's just an accident.
Yeah.
But I see her reaching for the napkins and getting a whole wad. And I'm like, it's okay. Like, stop.
That's $2 worth of napkins you got
so
in your
much
hand.
money. I'll get a cloth and the mop. It's fine. And she kept bringing the napkins. And I'm like, it's fine. I've got this. Somebody
Stop
get this woman
helping.
a drink so she can go. She's using all our napkins. And people try and mop up their own mess, which is lovely. Thank you
Which
very
is
much.
lovely, yes. But also, our brain doesn't always work like that.
No.
That's so lovely. Our brain works at you've just grabbed $2 worth of napkins right there and now you're just mopping them up and throwing them out.
Yeah. That's just, our boss is just seeing money being thrown in the bin,
Yeah.
which rightly so.
Yeah.
So that's our little patio chat. That's what came back from patio season. I'm sure
patio
there's more,
season.
and I'm sure we may get some messages about people that work on patios and their nightmare stories, and I'd like to hear them
I'd like to hear them too.
because we haven't really experienced them. That would be
Yeah,
lovely.
because that's not really an area that either of us have
No,
kind of
it's
witnessed
not.
or lived. So
How do
we're
they
just kind of
contact-
sharing someone else's stories.
I know we are, yeah. How can they contact us? You always remember if they want to share their patio stories.
pod.andanotherthing@gmail.com.
You didn't spell it.
I didn't spell it. I had to say it really quickly.
You can also message on Spotify if you're listening that way. I don't know whether that is available on Apple to message.
It is, but it's probably not the most effective way.
No, because it's more...
Just email us.
Yeah.
That's more effective. pod.andanotherthing@gmail.com if you need it for a second time.
Because you
There
went...
it is. Yeah, I know. I went fast.
Okay.
So I have a quick question about patio season for you.
Mm-hmm.
As a person on the other end of the counter, do you enjoy going out and sitting outside? And what are the things that you think about when you're sitting on patios? Like,
Right.
do any of those things go through your mind or?
I do like sitting on a patio.
Mm-hmm.
I like to have a drink outside. So if we went across the road to our local pub, I quite like to sit outside on their patio.
Right.
I only like to sit out there and eat at certain times of the year because I do not like wasp season.
Or mosquito season.
Well, yeah, if you're sitting out there in the evening.
Yeah.
I like to go to those restaurants that have outdoor area and they have the little fires in that kind of thing because
Yes.
it's a nice atmosphere.
Yeah.
And if I go to a place that's kind of dark inside, I would rather sit outside if I could.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it depends on honestly where I am and what the weather's doing. And if it's too humid, you don't want to.
Don't want to be sitting outside.
So
You're sweating buckets.
it's a difficult one, that, isn't it? Because I like it, but if it's stinking sticky hot, then,
it's not enjoyable.
No, it's not.
No.
Sweating buckets.
The
Or you have Betty Swallocks, as my dad would say.
What?
Betty Swallocks.
A sweaty bum?
No. Well, yeah, you might have a sweaty bum.
That was me trying to rearrange all of those words right there.
You only have to rearrange 2. Right?
That's why I went for the bum, Helen.
Yeah, when it's not a bum. Anyway, that's when it's hot. It's sweaty.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost said it the right way. Betty Swallocks. Anyway, carry on. Sorry. You were just about to say something.
Oh, I was going to say the first patio, I think it was probably the first patio dinner that I had was the first year that I was here. My mum and her husband came over as well, not long after I came here. And we went out for dinner. And I will always remember this because they got so excited. I also got excited because it was firefly season. And so firefly season's very short here, I feel like anyway. Maybe I just miss it.
Yeah, I don't often see. I didn't even know there was a season for them. I've seen them just a few times.
I'm just saying firefly season because it's like a short period of time where I notice that they're out and then I don't see them again.
Well, you are up later than me. I don't see them because I'm in
Go
bed.
to bed too early. So anyway, my mum and her husband Paul and I had gone up to the pub just around the corner from where I live, and we're sitting outside, and it was just like the sun was starting to go down and then the fireflies came out. And we don't have fireflies in New Zealand. And so it was like one of those things where all of us were like, oh, that's so cool. And so I have this memory of us sitting out on the patio and seeing fireflies. It was very neat.
While you were getting bitten by mosquitoes?
No, not by that point. It was not the yuck season yet.
Although they're already out. I got bitten once on the bottom of my foot. It's the worst place. But Declan, who is Scott's sister's boyfriend and one of Scott's very good friends, blah, 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 told me that if you put a hot spoon on it, like hot spoon, like almost burn, it takes it away, and it's actually a very good trick.
Very sore, though.
Yeah.
I've done that before.
Yeah. You've got a mosquito bite and then a burn, but it doesn't itch. So there you go.
Oh, dear.
What do you want? A Milo's question of the week. Ready?
Let's go to Milo's
It's
question.
brand new, and I don't even know if I have an answer.
Okay. I'm going to interrupt for a sec because this is kind of funny and it's sticking in my brain. So the other day, my sister and I were talking about one of the Milo questions of the week that we did. And she said to me, Joe, I need to talk to you about something. And I'm like, yeah. And she said, you know when the Milo's question of the week came and you had to choose the 2 animals that came together?
Yeah.
And I chose a rat and a dragonfly.
Terrible.
She's like, a flying rodent that eats mosquitoes. She's like, Joe, there's already an animal out there. And I'm like, what? She's like, it's a bat. That's what a bat does. I was like,
yeah.
oh. She's like, they already do stuff for our ecosystem. It's a flying rodent. And I was like, well, I did tell you that. My logic was skewed for that particular question.
It might be for this one.
Okay.
It runs along the same lines as our very, very first Milo's question about chairs.
Okay. So what's Milo's
So
question of the
he
week?
asked me today, this is how fresh this one is.
Okay.
He asked me to pick somebody at work, and I said you. Like, not you, him, because I was talking to him. And he said, if I were a door, what kind of door would I be? Anyway, I haven't answered him because something happened and I walked away, and I was driving to here, and I'm like, oh, I didn't answer Milo's question. But then he would probably ask me what kind of door I would be, blah, blah, on all the doors.
Right. So then are you going to pose a question, or are you...
What kind of door would you be if you were a door?
One that opens?
Oh, smarty pants.
Honestly, my first thought was a door that stands upright.
Oh, so tragic that you just went to the usefulness of a door.
I know. Actually, let's be a little bit more creative. I'm also, probably fits my personality.
What kind of door are you?
I'm going to be the secret hidden door that's like really, really tiny, that's sitting at like the baseboard of a house, that Thumbelina.
Mouse's door.
No. Not a mouse.
Like that door on Tom and Jerry. Which one was Tom?
I wanted to get away from the rodent situation.
Oh, okay. But I just wanted to clarify that little door that he had.
Yes.
Which one was
that.
Tom?
I don't know. I never
Jerry.
watched.
Anyway.
One chased the other.
Yeah. Go ahead. So one of those little
I'm
tiny
going to get
doors.
stuck on who's Tom and Jerry now.
That's what you would be.
Yeah. Or like a secret hidden door that is like into the wall, that you kind of like push around in different spots into the wall and you get the right one. Or, oh, no, I got it. I'm a secret bookshelf. Like you pull a book down, and then
perfect.
the bookshelf opens.
Yep.
And then there's like another library right behind.
Yeah,
Got
that's
it.
you.
That's my door.
Okay. Well, I don't really know what kind of door I am either, but maybe a revolving door because I'm like, you come out, you have to go back in because you've forgotten. Like you'd have to use the same door, like go around in a circle.
That's usually how a door works, though.
No, the circle ones.
Yeah, I know, but you usually go out of a door and then you have to come back in a door.
Yeah. But I would be out and I'd be like, oh, I have to go back in again and around in a circle because I've forgotten this and I've got to come back out. I don't know why I'm here. Why am I here? I've got to turn around and go back. So I think I'm a revolving door.
Okay.
But for Milo, what kind of door?
He would be the door that in the fantasy world, it's literally just a door frame standing in the middle of an enchanted forest. That if you were to walk around it, there's nothing there. But once you open it, you walk through it and you're walking through it to a different
something
land.
like in Lion the Witch and the Wardrobe or something. Do they have a door
but
like
it's attached to a wardrobe. But it's the same effect. But like just a standing door frame in the middle of a forest. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's a door. Open it up.
And then you go into
Another land.
Milo's mind and questions.
Oh,
yeah.
That would be an interesting land.
He said today, when I hand things out to the customers, they just think I'm a regular kind of person. They don't know what we've been talking about in the kitchen, like the weird conversations that happen and what kind of door are you or chair are you? And he's like, have a nice day. And he came back and he said, people just think I'm a regular person. Oh, he's so funny. Anyway, yeah, so that's our doors. So now we know what chair we would be and what door we would be.
I mean, we're going to fit out a house soon enough.
We are. He's going to come up with another one. And the other one today was a little bit, if you were on a cliff with somebody that you knew and the thing was coming out the rock and you were falling and you had to cut your friend off to save yourself, would you do it? And I'm like, oh, no, God, what kind of question is this?
He asks some bizarre ones.
Yeah. And then if you didn't cut that person off, you would both fall and you would both die. You couldn't just save yourself.
Oh, so you're either both going to die or you die and you save your friend.
No.
Is that the essence of it?
You're both going to die or that friend dies and you stay alive. You can't... do you know what? Can't remember the logistics of it because I didn't answer it. But yeah, no, we have to ask him again.
Okay. He does ask some of those moralistic questions a lot of the time.
Yeah.
If you were put in this situation and you had to sacrifice yourself or a part of yourself in order to save something, would you do it?
Yeah, and that's when you start asking all the questions.
Those ones I'm pretty straightforward with of, no, I wouldn't save myself. I'd save whoever I needed to
Do you know
save.
what? I did say that. I said, I don't think I could live with myself if somebody else has got hurt from my selfishness.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
rather it be me.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is getting deep.
Let's go back to what kind of door would you be?
Yeah. Yeah. Ta-da! Maybe an advent calendar door. Be surprised.
Ooh, that would be fun. Milo could also be that kind of door.
You could.
Open each little tiny one up, something new and
Surprise
different.
every day.
Yeah.
There we
Yeah,
go.
there we go.
There we go. There it is. Right, we need to go so you can get back to your New Zealand trip. Whatever you're doing in New Zealand right now.
Oh, so that's us for this week. Yeah. Hope you've enjoyed this slightly shorter episode as we talk about patio season. If you have your own experiences of being a server in a patio,
I really want to hear
please let us know.
Yeah.
If you have any other things that you want to, even if you know us, there's been a couple of people that I've chatted to this last week who have said, well, I know you guys. Like, I don't really want to email in. I can just talk to you. Email us in.
Yeah.
If only you could see how excited it makes us.
Yeah. And then
when
we can
get
give you an
email.
actual mention because everybody's all like, you haven't mentioned me. You didn't mention me when
Have
I
you
told
emailed in?
Yeah.
No, you haven't. No, you have not.
Although Amy did message me in with her roast dinner.
Yeah, but you didn't tell her.
She
say
got
that was
straight
her.
off the plane from England and then pretty much told you within the first 5 minutes that she didn't get a mention.
Picked Amy up from the airport, and within the first 5 minutes, she started saying how much she was laughing at our last episode that she was listening to. And then she was like, yeah, that question was from me, and Mum didn't even say it was my name. And I was like, I didn't know that was from you. And she's like, yeah, because she didn't say it was my name.
I just tried to pretend we had lots of listeners. Or it was from a listener. Please email in. Just email
They're always
in.
sounding a bit desperate now. You can
No,
if you
I
want
love well, yeah. I really like to get some emails so I can share some people's stories because I bet they're just brilliant.
Yeah, that's what we want to do. We want to be able to share your experience as well. So again, for the third time, because it's the charm, pod.andanotherthing@gmail.com.
And you can find us on Instagram, as Jo says. We're easy to find.
We are easy to find. And Another Thing podcast.
All right, everybody have a great week.
Yes.
And
have a good idea.